This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So here we are going to start our discussion on Ansible. What is Ansible? Okay, with respect to today's agenda has been concerned, we are going to discuss about introduction about Ansible, and then here we are going to discuss about the architecture, Ansible architecture and the associated components, and then the setting up of Ansible environment. Under installation, we are going to set up one server and 3 manage nodes. Okay, so here it is a client server architecture. Here MN stands for manage node, which are our clients. We are going to run certain basic commands. So these are all the agenda that we are planning for today's session. So what is Ansible? Ansible is a open source IT information technology infrastructure configuration management tool. What is configuration management? Why you need configuration management? Before Ansible, what we did and what is the drawback of those things? It is a infrastructure configuration management, and then the infrastructure deployment, and then infrastructure orchestration tools. Okay, it did all these things. Okay, so here, what is the main aim of going with Ansible? So the main aim of going up with Ansible is to automate the IT infrastructure creation that is needed for our application. To automate IT infrastructure which is needed for our applications. So initially what do we need to do? It needs the intervention of this network administrator, system administrators. Okay, so they need to create the machine with the needed hardware. Okay, and they need to configure the operating system. They need to configure the utilities that it is needed, such as the languages and packages that is needed for running the applications and manually. Okay, so for example, if this is a database, they need to configure the database server, and so they need to configure this web server and so on, so on. Okay, here your application, which is configured on a single machine with the above set prerequisites. Imagine if it needs 30 minutes to configure. Okay, they need to implement it in 10 machines or 100 machines instance. They need 3,000 minutes to be completed. Okay, almost 500 hours. Assume that with a single administrator, he can able to configure the above setting within a 30 minutes instance. For configuring 100 testing using the single admin, we need 500 hours. If not, if you debut 10 persons, we need 50 hours. Okay, so here this thing needs to be done manually. Okay, my application is configured on a single server. If the server get crashed, I couldn't able to ensure high availability. Therefore, what I need to configure? I need to configure my applications on multiple servers. If I configure applications on multiple servers, I need to configure elastic load balancer. Okay, the user request will be received by the load balancer and redirected appropriately. So if you want to increase the number of servers, you need to go for configuring auto scaling like thing to scale up and scale down. Manually, you need to add a server, you need to remove servers, and so on, so on. So these are all the things which need to be done manually by the system and network administrators to keep our applications running 24/7. So it is a time consuming process, and also it is resource consuming. Resource consuming in sense we need to depute 10 20 administrators to take care of hundreds of servers. They need to frequently do updations. Okay, they need to do some patch updations. They need to do some security related updations. Okay, they need to configure some softwares across all these servers. Assume we have 100 fleet of servers. Okay, 100 servers in our environment that need to manage. Here we need a minimum of 5-10 administrators to take care of everything. So if these 100 servers are distributed remotely, okay, let me assume that we have 10 servers in Chennai, another 10 server in Madurai, and we have 20 servers in Bangalore, and we have 20 servers in Mumbai. Like thing, if it is distributed, we have 5 servers at Trichy, we have another 10 servers at Trivandrum. Like here, if you want to do this administration, we need to debut an individual administrator in this location, and they need to do it manually. This is the thing normally before this configuration management tools, automation tools like Ansible happened. It took a lot of resources. It took a lot of human effort. It took at least a time consuming and a cost consuming process. By using Ansible, what we can do, we can specify the servers. Okay, what are all the servers irrespective of any location, whether it's in Trichy, Chennai, Madurai, Bangalore, Mumbai, or US, whatever it may be. So the Ansible, what it will do, we have a Ansible server. Okay, in the Ansible server, we need to specify the IP address of those machines. Okay, in a file called a host file. Okay, then if you want to install any software, if you want to do any updates, this Ansible server, okay, this IP, this host file contains the IP address of the machine where we need, for example, this 10 machines in Trichy, and then Chennai and Madurai, like Bangalore, everywhere. Okay, what Ansible server will do? Ansible server will make a SSH connection with this host, and it will do the installation. For example, I have MySQL 4 with me. I need to upgrade to 5. From the Ansible server, I can issue a single command which can do the needed thing on the top of these 100 machines, which is located across different locations. Okay, the initial effort taken by these administrators, okay, across these locations has been eliminated. The single admin can able to perform all the tasks. That is called deployment, and those deployment can be orchestrated, can be coordinated. You can able to ensure high availability by configuring load balancer, by having our application across multiple replicas. Everything similar to that of the Docker spam that we have discussed. Ansible can able to do all these sort of things from a single location. Okay, that is called, everything is automated here. Okay, so no need to debut admin for Trichy, no need to debut admin to Chennai, no need to debut admin to Bangalore and pay for them. Everywhere we can make a connection through the Ansible host and these clients. The machine where the Ansible commands are working are called manager nodes. They are called manager nodes, or they are called clients. We need to specify the clients under the file called host file. So this is Ansible. Okay, what is it aimed at? Ansible is aimed at to simplify the infrastructure management, to create the infra, to set up the needed applications with high availability, and to manage the infra under a single roof of control, irrespective of where the servers are. Okay, it simplifies the IT management by way it provides a cost-effective solution, and to the implementation are done in seconds. Okay, are done in minutes. If you club Ansible with Docker, okay, you can issue these Docker images, and Ansible will take the Docker images and do this installation. As already we discussed, if you are in Docker Swarm, we are discussed about Docker Swarm is a cluster orchestration tool under which we can launch our applications with replica. We can launch our applications with auto scaling, load balancing capability. So if you combine Ansible and Docker, it is one of the most powerful tools which makes this implementation in the remote machine in an automated manner. Okay, that is called configuration management. So here the configuration management is a process of configuring servers, okay, from a single point of control. Yes, this is the way by which we can do it. So by using this tool, we can automate the complete complex multi-tier IT application environment under a single Ansible administrator. Okay, so these are all the ways Ansible helps in DevOps lifecycle. Okay, to automate the process of configuring this servers that is needed to run the applications. Okay, it's Ansible, use of Ansible comes under the second part. So we have developers and we have operation team. Ansible is used under the operation team. So similar to that of Ansible, we have several tools. Okay, we have a tool called Chef. We have a tool called Puppet. We have a tool called Salt Strap. These are all similar tools like Ansible, but Ansible is very popular because of several features. It is very simple. Okay, it is a server simple in the sense it is a it can able to establish a connection using a simple SSH connection. You no need to install any software on the manager node, on the client node. Okay, what it can do, you just specify the host file where the IP address of the machine is present. Ansible server will connect to those machines using a simple SSH. Okay, so and then it once the connection has been established, it started doing its operation. You no need to configure any software on the client nodes. Okay, so we call this as a agentless. In technically, Ansible is agentless. By the way, it is very simple. There are a lot of advantages Ansible has compared to that of other tools like Puppet and Snowflake. Today, almost 60% of DevOps implementation this using this configuration management tool done by Ansible. Okay, so this is if the Ansible, Red Hat provide a certificate for Ansible. You can get this Ansible certification. Okay, so here for the first part of DevOps CI/CD process, so you make use of this Maven, you make use of this GitHub, you need to aware of, and then Jenkins. This is sufficient enough for a build engineer. If you are aiming for a build engineer, it is sufficient enough. But for a complete DevOps engineer, you need Docker, you need Ansible. Like these are all the stuff you need Kubernetes. These are all the stuff industry looks for a complete DevOps engineer. Okay, this is for build team. So the discussion of Ansible, we need roughly 6 to 8 hours of discussion, which is very important. Okay, minimum of 6 and maximum of 8. Yes, is it clear? What is Ansible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. For example, okay. So here in our previous Docker discussion, what we did, we established in terms of Jenkins. Okay, we have a setup environment for one machine for development environment, another machine for QA, another machine for production environment. We need to configure everything here. In development environment, we have installed GitHub, okay, Maven and Jenkins. In QA and production, we installed Tomcat. So the same thing can be automated using this configuration management tool like Ansible. Okay, you can write a script. The script will create 3 machines. Okay, in the needed environment. Either the environment may be a cloud or the environment may be a virtualization software like using VMware. Okay, or a Hyper-U or virtual box like any tool you can combine with the configuration management tool to set up this infra and to install the thing on top of it. We will do practice of everything, how to configure this okay, in the real environment. Similarly, with respect to Docker, what we did with respect to Docker, we have a Docker manager one machine, we configure Docker manager, another 2 machines, okay, the Docker worker nodes. Okay, so if there are 100 worker nodes, what we can do, you no need to create it manually each and every node. You can write in the Ansible script, it will at the second will create the manager node and worker nodes, all those things. Everything can be automated. The provisioning of server, which is nothing but okay, creating servers with the different configurations and the different operating systems and with different applications installed on it can be done easily with less time. Okay, in fractions of minutes we can able to create the server, we can configure the server, we can install the our application on top of the server with minimal human resource. Okay, that is the advantage of going for Ansible. Okay, so at the same time, it automatically creates the needed replica. What are all the things that we need to ensure high availability has been done automatically by this Ansible server. Okay, can be done in an automatic manner. So with respect to other advantages has been concerned. Okay, so we can provision the server. These are all some of the features of Ansible. First, it is agentless. Okay, it connects using SSH. That is the main advantage. Second advantage, okay, it create a DR environment. Okay, so disaster recovery environment by creating multiple replicas of our application. It configure ELB, it configure auto scaling, everything to make it our environment as a DRM, disaster recovery. Okay, so my application can be running across multiple servers. In case of increased workload, it can add server or remove server accordingly. Okay, everything can be done automated using Ansible. And another important advantage, we call it as Ansible is idempotent. It is an these are all interview questions. Idempotent. What is idempotent? It is one of the main feature with respect to configuration management tools are concerned. Okay, so the configuration management tools are used to bring the server to a particular state called as desired state. For example, here assume that I am having a QA Tomcat 7 here. Okay, here in production I already have Tomcat 8. So here in developer machine JDK 1.7, in QA I have JDK 1.8, and here too I have JDK 1.8. Assume that this is the scenario. So with respect to this Ansible, what I am in need of, I need to do two things. One, I want to upgrade from JDK 1.7 to JDK 1.8. The second thing, I need to upgrade from Tomcat 7 to Tomcat 8. So here with respect to these three servers, okay, so what Ansible will do is, okay, so here the desired state, here is JDK 1.8 and Tomcat 8, this is our desired state. Ansible will look for each and every server automatically. Okay, already in this machine QA and production we have JDK 1.8. It won't disturb anything here. It won't do any action here. It will upgrade in the development environment from 1.8 to 1. That is the task done. And with respect to Tomcat 7 to Tomcat 8, it upgrade only on the QA server. It won't do any action on the, already it is in desired state. You don't need to do any repetition on top of it. Ansible is intelligent enough to detect these things and it won't disturb anything. That is called idempotent. Okay, the server to a particular state, if it is already in the desired state, it won't disturb anything. Okay, so unless it is not in the desired state, it will do the installation on top of it. This question was asked in an interview. Okay, please make a note of it. So, and the second important feature here is it handle Snowflake servers. Okay, another feature is Ansible can handle Snowflake servers. What is a Snowflake? Okay, you have your server. Initially, you have purchased the server. Okay, on 2010, the server with the different hardware. Okay, with the different operating systems, and you have purchased another server in 2015. You might have purchased another server on 2018. Each server will have different hardware. Okay, different operating systems. Some may have similar. The server you purchased in 2010 and 2012 maybe are similar. 2015 and 2018 it may similar. Okay, so 2019 may be different. So here, while doing any upgradation, while doing any software, Ansible is intelligent enough to group the server based upon the hardware, based upon the OS version and so on. Automatically it will group it will form a logical group. Okay, and it will do the needed installation on top of it. Okay, so these are all the setup. This is your physical server. On top of it, you can create multiple VMs. Okay, those VMs can be the opposite environment, or it can be a Docker-like thing, which can be done automatically using Ansible. Okay, to work on that, you need a physical server. Is it the physical server using some virtualization software? You can use Ansible to implement all those things. So while implementing each and every server, the server which belongs to IBM, which purchased in 2010, the server which belongs to Oracle server in 2012, okay, may have a different patches, may have different okay, kernel versions. So Ansible, while doing this installation, it intelligently detects those hardware and it will form a logical group. Whenever you need to go for a patch upgradations or security upgradations, according to the server configuration, it will do automatically. That is one of the key feature that is called Snowflake servers. The environment, real-time environment, you will be facing with Snowflake servers. Okay, those servers won't be are of the same category instance, manufacturer, configurations, operating systems, and other utilities. Okay, so Ansible is do automated manner. So this is okay. So these are all some of the key features. Okay, it is agentless. It provides a disaster recovery automatically. It is idempotent. It won't do any unwanted installation if the server is already in the desired state. And in case of having heterogeneous servers with respect to companies, with companies in server manufacturing companies with respect to OS, it will intelligently form a logical group and do the needed things on top of it. Okay, so this is some of it, and more importantly, Ansible was developed using Python. Okay, Ansible need Python version 2.7. To configure Ansible, you need to install Python. Okay, and to Python 2.7, in for our environment, we are going to make use of Ubuntu 14.04. So Ubuntu 16 or Ubuntu 18 comes with Python 3 by default. Therefore, you want to uninstall Python 3 and you want to install Python 2.x if you are using Ubuntu 16 or 18. By default, Ubuntu 14 doesn't come with any Python. Therefore, you can take a Ubuntu machine to install Ansible environment and you can use a simple command to install Python 2.7. Okay. So this is the way by which you can make use of the setting up the environment using the above set tool. So with respect to this Ansible has been concerned, there are two main components. One is Ansible controller. This is Ansible server. Okay, we need to install Ansible here. Another one, these are all manager nodes, which are nothing but their client nodes. We call this client as manager nodes. So in Ansible terminology, in Docker, we call it as a worker node. Okay. So here in Ansible terminology, it is called as manager nodes. You need manager nodes. They are remote servers where we need to run the Ansible task. Okay. Ansible controller will establish a SSH connection with the remote servers and it will install all the needed things. These are all considered as a manager nodes. This environment and this environment can be considered as a manager nodes. Okay. So what you need to do with respect to this installation has been concerned. Okay, you can set up the following environment. You can set up an environment with one Ansible controller and two manager nodes for our requirement. Okay, you need to have a Ansible controller and another two manager node. Manager node 1 and manager node 2. First, what you need to do, you want to install Python 2.7 and your operating system, you can create operating system with Ubuntu 14. This is the setup requirement that you need to do. Yes, and you need to install Ansible here in your controller. Okay, so and you want to create a file okay, called host file. This host file will contain the IP address of manager node 1, managed node 2 up to n managed nodes. Okay, this is the host file. Ansible controller will establish a connection with the manager node by using a simple SSH. Therefore, what we need to do to establish a connection, you need to set up a connectionless, passwordless authentication. We already discussed about the passwordless connection establishment using Jenkins master slave. You need to do the same thing. Okay, you need to first set up the passwordless authentication in all the three machines, and you want to create a SSH key generation. You want to create a key and you want to copy the key under these two manager node 1 and manager node 2. The key need to be generated under the controller. So once the key here, you want to copy the ID underscore rsa.pub key. The public key need to be copied to manager node 1 and manager node 2. Therefore, whenever Ansible make a connection with this manager nodes using SSH, being the Ansible public key is already authenticated here, it can able to establish connection without any password. This is the setup that we are going to do for Ansible. Okay, with respect to these key terminologies, already you know these are all the key terminologies. One is controller machine. Okay, this is your controller. Another one is managed nodes. These are all clients. Okay. Apart from that, what do we need? We need a host file, which specifies the managed node list of managed nodes. And then here, this host file can be this terminology is called as inventory file. Inventory file. So the inventory file is an initialization file that contains information about the servers that we are managing. Okay, while specifying Ansible command, you need to specify the inventory file, where the inventory file is, and the inventory file contains detailed information about where to do the installation. Then with respect to this coding has been concerned. Okay, for Ansible provisioning, we need to create a playbook. Okay, what is playbook? Here a playbook, you create a file. Okay, in that file you need to specify the list of tasks that you need to do, and you specify the inventory file location. Inventory file will contain the host IP address where to run this task. Playbook, okay, want to be run under a YAML format. You want to create a playbook with respect to YAML format. So you already aware of YAML format, yet another markup language which is easy for both the human as well as the machines to interpret. Okay, so you write a script here. Okay, you can write a script using YAML syntax, which contains the installation part, application, software, anything that you want to install on the server is written here. And where to install is specified under the host file. Okay, under playbook, what you need to do? Okay, here you need to specify the task. The task is nothing but a block that defines a single procedure to be executed. Okay, if I want to install JDK, I need to specify a task. Task 1, install JDK. Task 2, I need to install MySQL. So it need to be specified as a task 2. So here these are all tasks. Another thing, we have another thing called as modules. Okay, each and everything. Okay, a module typically abstracts a system task. For example, dealing with packages, creating a file. Okay, so here, for example, I want to run a ls command. I need to display a message on the screen. For each and every activity, we have a module. Okay, you want to invoke the module for doing a particular activity, and the module. Okay, for if I want to use Docker, for that I make use of a particular module. If I want MySQL, I want to make use of a particular module. So while going through, you have a clear understanding of module. Okay, so a system task, you can call it as a system task. So this is a user defined task. Okay, block, which is nothing but a block which represents what to install, a package installation. A module is moreover a system related task, operating system related task. Okay, so we have playbook. Under playbook, we have written this task, and then here the task will do the needed thing. The execution of task in playbook, here we call it as a play. We have a playbook. When you run the playbook will provisioning the specific things that is mentioned under this playbook.yaml file. Okay, is called as play. The execution of the task that we are specified in playbook is called as play. So while specifying some thing on playbook, we need to define some global variables which contains information about system. Okay, for example, network interfaces, the router's IP address, some common thing need to be specified. Those things can be specified under facts. Okay, if we are running 100 servers, so I want all the server, I need to specify JDK 1.8. This is the version. Okay, the server need to be connected with the opposite router IP address. It should have some network address. Some of the common things that we need to configure. Okay, these are all the DNS servers that need to be specified. Those sort of global variables which contains information about the system is called as facts. Okay. So and finally we have another component called handlers. Okay, to stop services, we use handlers which triggers the service status change. Assume that you have Tomcat installed on the machine. Tomcat is now in a stopped state. You want to start Tomcat, you use these handlers to kick this state from stopped state to start state and vice versa. Okay, these are all the core components associated with the Ansible. So yes, controller, manager node or client. The inventory file contains the list of manager nodes, and what to do on the manager node has been specified under a playbook. And the playbook we will be specifying task 1, task 2, multiple tasks. Some operating system things can be specified under a module. Okay, we have several built-in modules, and then here each and every task will do a particular activity. Running the playbook is called as play, and while running the playbook, if you want to configure some global things, the global variables are called as facts. And to start a service or to stop a service, that is to change the state of a service from one state to another state, we use handler to kickstart it. Okay, so these are all some of the core components associated with this Ansible that you need to aware of. So what is Ansible? With respect to so far what we have discussed, Ansible is a tool, yeah, automation tool, okay, which is an open source tool, which allows you to create a group of machines, describe how these machines should be configured and what actions should be taken on them, okay, from a central server called as controller, and no other client software is needed to install on the node machines. It can use SSH connection directly. Okay, Ansible only need to be installed on the controller machines. Okay, not on all the machines. In all the machines, what you need to do, you want to establish a passwordless SSH connections. These are all some of the key features of going for this Ansible. Okay, it's very simple. It uses simple syntax like a language called YAML. Okay, then it is agentless. It is highly efficient. Okay, you no need to go for any extra software, means you no need to pay for that. Okay, these are all some of the advantages. It is used for provisioning the servers. It is used to manage the servers. It is used to ensure high availability to the applications running. Everything can be done with a very highly secured manner and a cost-effective solution. Okay, these are all some of the advantages of going for this Ansible, and this is the setup that we are going to do with respect to our practicals has been concerned with Ubuntu and Python 2.7. That's clear? Any doubt with respect to what we have discussed, please let me know. Command execute பண்ணும்போது you have a clear understanding.
சார் இது பிளேபுக்னா ஜெனரலா என்ன சார் மீனிங்?
பிளேபுக்னா நம்ம ஸ்கிரிப்ட் எழுதுற அந்த ஃபைல் பேர் பிளேபுக் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். நம்ம என்ன டாஸ்க் நம்ம பண்ணணும்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லைங்களா?
This conference will now be recorded.
To this test, we are going to discuss about. We already discussed about what is Ansible, what are all its features, what is the environment that we are going to set up. With respect to this Ansible architecture has been concerned, this is the architecture. Okay, you have a Ansible server here. We call this as a Ansible automation engine. And we have a set of hosts. Okay, these are all set of host machines. This is your Ansible server. We call Ansible server or Ansible automation engine. Here, this host is specified under inventory file. Okay, so we have built-in modules. To connect, we have with the external agency, we have plugins. This plugins is used to connect Ansible with Jenkins. We have plugins. If you want to connect Ansible with Docker, we have a plugins. Okay, so we have application programming interfaces using which you can connect with Ansible with any cloud. For example, you have a cloud, Amazon cloud, AWS cloud, you have a Google cloud, you have a Microsoft cloud. If you want to connect with, you want to set up the needed environment here, instance, Ansible need to connect with that. For that, it uses APIs. It uses APIs to make a connection with these cloud services, application programming interfaces, through which Ansible can have a communication over there. Inventory is the file which specifies the list of hosts. This host can be on your local data center, or the host can be on the cloud. Okay, so cloud is nothing but similar to a public data center. Okay, you can imagine this as a public data center. So wherever you have, those hosts need to be specified under inventory. Okay, they are all built-in models using which Ansible can execute certain commands. To interact with the other tools, it uses the corresponding plugins. Okay, these are all the components which forms the part of Ansible. So everything is managed by using a database. Okay, you have a configuration management database. You can configure any database. Okay, the database will contain all the detailed information. How the user interact, the end users can interact using an Ansible playbook. They want to create an Ansible playbook. The playbook need to be in a YAML format, which specifies the list of tasks. Okay, the Ansible, they want to run the playbook in the Ansible server according to what it is specified in the inventory. Ansible will connect with that servers and do the installation on top of it. All this will be managed under the command. Okay, CM database, configuration management database will keep track of all the information. Yes, inventory contains the list of nodes where the server need to run. Okay, APIs are used to make a connection with the public or private cloud. Modules are executed on the remote machines as specified. Around 1,000 plus modules are there, built-in modules. I will let you know. With respect to the current Ansible, around 1,000 plus built-in modules are there. Okay, so which is used to automate our environment. We have database modules. Okay, we have language modules, different modules that we have. Yes, host, playbook, everything is clear. So the every information will be managed here as a metadata. Configuration management database, here it is a repository. which acts as a data warehouse for all the installations. It holds the data related to what are all the servers, what information has been installed there, all other stuff, how many users, account credentials, everything about the entire setup is managed under the Ansible configuration management database. Yes. So where Ansible plays in the DevOps lifecycle, we have a continuous development. Okay, we have a continuous integration, and then we have a continuous build. Okay, after development, it is integrated and it is built. And once the build is over, you have continuous test, and test is over. You want to configure from QA server to production. You need to go for a continuous deployment, and then okay. So you want to manage continuously, continuous management. Okay, so under which the continuous deployment or continuous delivery to production and to manage here, you can make use of Ansible. This is under the DevOps life cycle where you can fit the Ansible. Now let me create the environment. Okay. So let I connect with this. Let I launch an instance. I need a okay. We have Ubuntu 14 version. You can find Ubuntu server 14. Click on that. General purpose. Next, configure instance details. That I create okay 3 machines. So next, add a storage. 8 GB is enough. Add a tag. Laterally we can add a tag. Configure security group. Okay, here you add a rule which allows all the traffic from anywhere. Review and launch the machine. Okay, you create a new key pair, being it is a new account. Okay, let me make it the key pair as Ansible. Download the key pair. Keep a copy on a desktop. Save. Launch your instance. There are 4 servers. One you can make it as controller, which is the Ansible server, Ansible controller. They are all next 2 machines are manager machines. Okay, manager machine 1. Another one is manager machine 2, manager node 2. They are all client machines. Okay, so you can use puttygen to puttygen. Where is putty? Puttygen puttygen load all the files. Here you can find Ansible. Okay, save private key. Yes. Ansible .ppk. Save. Okay. Now I have Ansible ppk file. This is enough to make a connection. So first I connect with this controller, and I want to set up the following thing. I created 3 machines and need to set up the passwordless authentication. Step 1, create one controller, and 2, manage nodes with Ubuntu 14 as your operating system, and set up passwordless authentication. Okay, how to set up passwordless authentication? You want to connect with this server, okay, and do the following thing. First, you want to connect with this, and sudo password for Ubuntu. Being the default user is Ubuntu, sudo password Ubuntu. It will ask for a new password. You can give any password. I am going to give it as a Ubuntu. That is first step 1. Next, you open another file, sudo vi under etc under ssh. You have a file by name ssid underscore configuration. So open the file. You have a password authentication. By default, this password authentication we know. Remove it and type it as password authentication. Yes. Once it is over, WQ save the file and come out of it, and you need to restart the service. Sudo service. You want to restart ssh restart. Now the service is currently ready for password authentication. Okay, you want to do this thing in all the 3 machines. Set up the password authentication in all 3 machines. After that, what you need to do? You go to the controller. Okay, these are all the steps. Next, you go to the controller. Under controller, you create ssh-keys. It will create 2 keys, id underscore rsa.pub, id underscore rsa. This is a public key and this is a private key. You need to copy this key, ssh hyphen copy hyphen id. You want to specify the username Ubuntu at, you want to specify the IP address, private IP address of manager node 1. Similarly, ssh copy id, the same Ubuntu, private IP address of manager node. So here the key which is here created under that particular controller will be copied to the corresponding slave machines on your manager node. Okay, so once it is copied here, you have authenticated keys here. The master, that is your controller, can make a connection to the manage nodes without any problem. These are all the things that you need to go for. Then once this has been done, you need to install Ansible. Okay, this is the setup that you need to go for installing Ansible. First, you connect with the controller. So before that, you need to install Python. Okay, in controller, manage node 1 and manage node 2, install Python. You want to install Python 2.7. The command to install Python, first you make an update. You do this thing in all the 3 machines. Okay, sudo apt-get update. This setup need to be done. Okay, on the controller, not on 3 machines. Sorry. Python need to be installed in all the machines. Okay, Ansible need to be installed only on controller. Now the installation of Python, sudo apt-get update y. And then you want to install Python, very simple command, sudo apt-get install Python -minimal. It will install Python 2.7. Okay, this setup is for Ubuntu 14. If you are having Ubuntu 16 or Ubuntu 18, by default you have Python 3. Okay, whereas Ansible needs Python 2. Therefore, you uninstall Python 3 and issue the following command to install Python 2.7. Please make a note of it. Okay, if you uninstall Python, you can Google to uninstall Python. How to uninstall Python 3. Uninstall Python 3 from Ubuntu. A simple command. I just install Ubuntu, comes with the default version of Python 3.6. Okay, I want to change it from 3 to 2 or 3 to something. Okay, this is the way by which you can do. That is the answer. So you can go to this document here. It will show you the answer. This this is the command you can do with this. Okay, you can refer Google. There are a lot of things. Okay. So -get purge is the command. Okay, to uninstall Python 3.6, the purge command. Okay, it will uninstall Python 3 and laterly you can install the Python 2. Please make a note. So instead of that, I am going to directly install Python 2.7 using the following step. Okay, so in terms of this installation, Python need to be done on all the machine. Then install Ansible. The next thing, we are going to install Ansible. Where to install Ansible? On the controller node. On the controller alone, you need to install Ansible. Okay, connect with the controller. Once again, do the update sudo apt. I can write it in a notepad so that it will be easy for. Okay, in the controller machine. Install Ansible server in controller. Sudo apt-get update. Okay, so before that you do the passwordless also setup. Passwordless authentication. Doing controller manage node 1 and manage node 2. Okay, what you need to do, so you want to specify the password. Sudo password ubuntu. It will ask for new password. You can type any password. I typed ubuntu. It asks for the confirm. You type ubuntu here. Okay, so save the file and come up. Second, sudo vi under etc under sshid underscore config. Okay, under etc sshd under config. So search for align password authentication. Here type it as yes. Okay, colon wq, and then step 3 sudo service ssh restart. Okay, set up passwordless. Step 1. Step 1, set up passwordless authentication. Okay, step 2, create SSH key and copy to manage nodes. Create SSH key in Ansible controller and copy it to manage node 1 and manage node 2. Okay, connect to controller machine ssh hyphen keygen. Okay, it will create 2 keys and then ssh hyphen copy hyphen id ubuntu username at private IP address of manage node 1. Similarly, do the same thing. Of manage node. Okay, so connect to the controller and do the following thing. Step 2. Step 3, install Ansible in controller machine. So apt-get update. Next, what you need to do here is you want to install the software repositories. Sudo apt-get install software hyphen properties hyphen com. Okay, sudo apt-get install software hyphen properties hyphen com. and then you want to install sudo. This is the command for installing Ansible. Sudo apt hyphen add hyphen repository. Sudo apt hyphen add repository. You want to add the ppa, okay, Python package, the current package, that is Ansible/Ansible. You want to add the latest Ansible repository, and then you can install Ansible. Sudo once added, sudo apt once again hyphen get update. And then install Ansible. Sudo apt hyphen get install Ansible. That's all. So these are all the commands that you need to install and to verify the installation. After install, verify by using Ansible version. It will update out. It will give you the output of Ansible version. Okay. So these are all the steps. Set up passwordless authentication. Okay. Do in controller node and manage node and manage node 2. So here, and then second step, create SSK key controller, copy to manage node 1 and manage node 2. Manage node 2, connect to control SSK key and copy ID, private address, manage node 1, and step, okay, install Ansible server on the controller machine. Step 3. So Ansible install 29.990. Just clear. Let me do this first. Let I now connect with this controller machine. Control V, SSH, authentication, browse. Ansible.ppk, open. Default username is Ubuntu. Okay, this is your controller. If you want to change, you can also change the name as under etc hostname. Okay, we already discussed about that in our Docker Swarm. In case of Docker Manager and Docker Nodes, open etc host name and type the name, but you want to restart again, so I no need to do it. So this is my first machine. Second, I connect with the manager node 1, copy, okay. This is manager node 1. Okay, if you want, you can change the color of the manager node. Right click, change settings. Color. Manage node 1. New session. Create a manager node 2. Copy. Control V. SSH. Authentication. Browse. Yes, login as Ubuntu. Okay, now we have one controller and two manager nodes. One controller and we have two manager nodes. We want to set up the passwordless authentication. Sudo password, the username Ubuntu. It asks for new password. I am giving the same password Ubuntu. Okay, password updated successfully. Sudo under etc ssh ssid underscore config. Okay, sudo vi. Go to the file where we have password authentication. Here you can find by default it is no. Here you delete and type it as yes. Escape :wq. Okay, so now you want to start the service. Sudo service ssh restart. Okay, now this is the step that you need to do in all the three machines. Connect with the other machine. So you want to change the password. Sudo password, the username is Ubuntu, password Ubuntu. Okay, password, then sudo vi /etc ssh ssid underscore config. Open the file, move to the location, password authentication. By default it will be no. Delete, append yes. Escape :wq. Okay, so service sudo service, you want to ssh restart. Yes, you want to do the thing here also. Sudo password Ubuntu. Sudo /etc /ssh /ssid underscore config. Sudo pishsd under config to do the password authentication. Yes. Okay, now everything is ready. Sudo service ssh restart. So all the three services are running. Okay, step 2 has been over. What we did, we have done the passwordless authentication on all the three machines. Okay, next what you need to do, you want to create a SSH keygen and copy the key. You want to do it on the master. SSH hyphen keygen. You just enter yes. Okay, the key has been generated here. What you need to do with the key? You want to copy the key. So you want to copy the key. SSH hyphen copy hyphen ID. Okay, Ubuntu at the private IP address of your managed node. So go to the managed node 1, copy the private IP address, copy and come back here. Okay, paste the IP address. Yes. Now it got installed. Okay, ask for a password. The password is Ubuntu. The number of keys is added. Now we can find the message number of keys is added. Similarly, SSH ID copy the private IP address of the managed node 2. Go to the managed node 2. Go to the private IP address. Copy the address 172.31.37.76. Okay, you replace this address. Okay, so this is the private IP address 37.76 of your managed node. Yeah. Right. Copy, paste it. Yes. Password is Ubuntu. Now we have set up a passwordless authentication between the master node and the two managed nodes. Okay, SSH. If you type Ubuntu at the IP address of these nodes, it needs to establish a connection without asking password. Now you can find I issue this from the following IP address from the controller node. Now you can find I got connected with the node. Okay, this is the way. Exit will take you back to the master node. So you can make a verification like that, whether you can able to establish a passwordless connection between the controller node and the two managed node. Now you are under the controller node. Okay, you want to install Ansible here. Sudo apt-get update. -y. Okay, sudo apt-get update -y. Next, what you need to do? Sudo apt-get install software-properties-common. Copy. You want to do in the Ansible server. Yes, okay. Software already the newest version. Next, sudo apt-r repository. You want to add the latest Ansible repository. Press to continue. Yes, the Ansible repository has been added. Okay. Next, you want to make a update. Sudo apt-get update. Copy. And finally, you want to install apt-get install Ansible-y. Copy. Right click. Okay, Ansible starts installation. Now Ansible got installed. You can make a verification Ansible space -version. Now you can find Ansible 2.8.5 is installed and you have a configuration file. You can do Ansible configuration and the read is Ansible configuration. Okay, this is the exe file user bin Ansible. And you can find Python version 2.7 which has been installed. Yes, clear? Then we installed Python in all the three. So all the stuff that is specified here. Okay. So you have set up a passwordless authentication. You have created this service. You have installed. Okay. You can also install Python if not.
பைத்தான் வந்து எல்லா மிஷினையும் ஒரே நேரத்துல எதுவும் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ண முடியாது சார், தனித்தனியா தான் பண்ணணும்.
இல்ல, அதுக்கு போய் நீங்க இது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் செட்டப் இது நீங்க அதை போய் ஆன்சிபிள் இதுல போய் பிளேபுக்ல எழுதலாம். You have Python 2.7.6 already. You have Python 2.7.6 and all the thing. Okay. So now you go to this etc. You can issue the command. Okay, a basic command for Ansible. Okay, you can specify the IP address of the machine. For example, cd under etc under Ansible. You can find the file called host. etc Ansible. There is a file called hosts. So you can open the file sudo vi hosts. Under the host file, now you can form a group. Okay, example.com. So here this can be a development group. Okay, so you can find a collection of hosts belonging to the web servers group. So here you can find the group header is web server and you can find the IP address of the machine. Okay, you can find a database server. You can similarly add anything here. So here what you need to do, you want to add the private IP address here. You can add a private IP address of your machine. Here you can go to the location. These are all command. Okay, you can insert. You can copy the private IP address of these two machines. Private IP here, copy, go to the location, right click. Okay, next copy the private IP address of your manager node 1, copy, go to the machine, simply right click. Okay, escape :wq. Now you have under this etc Ansible host, you have specified. I already discussed that we have under host file it will list all the servers that is associated. Okay. Yes. Now this is the simple command. Okay. Now you move on to this. Now ls-al is the command. Okay. Here I am running this command on the Ansible controller node. Okay. This is the same command. ls-al. If it is running here, you can create a file. Okay. Touch sudo touch manage node 1. Okay, so for our example, similarly connect sudo touch manage node 2. Okay, we have a file by name manage node 2 here, which represents manage node 2, and we have a file ls-al. Okay, manage node 1. Okay, now what I am going to do, so I am going to issue the same command. Okay, so from here ls-al, I target the etc host file. Automatically what happened here is, so it will make a connection from the controller to this manage node 1 and manage node 2 and execute the command. Yes, so the command here is Ansible. I need to specify all the machines, therefore all I want to specify. Okay, -a. My command is ls-al. This is simple command. Okay, I will let you know what it is. Ansible all -a. Now you can find you have the Ansible will connect to the manager node here. Here this is the option, that this is the command ls-al. Okay, now you can find it will list the manager node 2 and it will first IP address that we have specified, and it will list the content of manager node 1. Is it clear what it is doing? புரியுதா என்ன பண்ணுதுன்னு?
அது வேணா அந்த இப்ப பண்ணது வேணா கொஞ்சம் குயிக்கா ஒரு தடவை சொல்லிடுங்க சார், கொஞ்சம் லேசா கன்ஃபியூஷன் ஆயிடுச்சு.
என்ன கன்ஃபியூஷன் இல்ல
சார்? அந்த m1 அந்த நோட்ல வந்து ஃபைல் கிரியேட் பண்ணோம்.
இல்லங்க, உங்களுக்கு புரியறதுக்காக இந்த இடத்துல அந்த ஃபைல் இது m1ங்கிறது என்னது, இது மேனேஜர் நோட் 1. அதுக்காக உங்களுக்கு புரியறதுக்காக எல்லாத்துலயும் ஒரே தானே இருக்கு. மேனேஜர் நோட் 1 மேனேஜர் நோட் 2 கனெக்ட் பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு லிஸ்ட் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. இது இப்ப இது என்னது, இந்த ஐபி என்னது, மேனேஜர் நோட் 1 அது ப்ளூ கலர், ரெட் கலர் என்ன மேனேஜர் நோட் 2வா? உங்க அது எஸ்ஆர் நோன் பேசுங்க, அப்பதானே தெரியும் நான் பேசுறது கேக்குதா என்னன்னு. தினேஷ்,
manage node 1.
For what reason I created this manager node 1 and to make you understand. So இப்போ இந்த இடத்துல ஓகே, இந்த இடத்துல போய் மேனேஜர் நோட் 2ல டச் நான் தினேஷ் அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஃபைல் கிரியேட் பண்ணியிருக்கிறேன். ஓகே, அதே மாதிரி இந்த இடத்துல போய் நான் டச் ஷாம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஃபைல் கிரியேட். எனக்கு என்னன்னா இந்த எல்எஸ் கமாண்ட் இங்க இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இந்த இடத்துல நான் போய் மேனேஜர் நோட் 1ல போய் ls-al அப்படின்னு கொடுத்தேன்னா எனக்கு என்ன வரும், மேனேஜர் நோட் 1 ஷாமும் வருதா. இப்போ இதே இதை நான் இங்க போய் இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கேன், அதே சேம் கமாண்ட் ஐ எக்ஸிக்யூட் திஸ் கமாண்ட் Ansible. இந்த ஆல் அப்படிங்கிறதுல என்னன்னா முதல்ல சொல்லிடுறேன். இப்போ இந்த etc ஹோஸ்ட் ஃபைல்ல என்னென்ன ஐபி அட்ரஸ் இருக்கோ அந்த நோடு கூட எல்லாம் கனெக்ட் பண்ணி இந்த கமாண்டை எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ண சொல்லியிருக்கேன் ls-al. இப்போ இந்த it will make a connection, SSH connection, and it will connect to the manager node 1 and some listed same file listed இங்க இதான் நம்ம manager node 1. இதுல இருக்க எல்லா ஃபைலும் இங்க லிஸ்ட் ஆகுதா இந்த அவுட்புட்ல. அதே மாதிரி it got connected with this manager node IP address. பாருங்க IP address இது கூட SSH கனெக்ஷன் பண்ணி manage node 2 Dinesh list. Simple command. இப்போ நான் வந்து இந்த command எங்க execute பண்றேன்? I am executing this command on the Ansible controller. Okay, this is the Ansible controller. In this Ansible controller, if I simply type ls-al, என்ன நடக்கும்? இங்க இருக்க ஃபைல்லாம் லிஸ்ட் ஆகும். இப்போ இது என்ன? I have two nodes. One is manage node 1, another two is manage node 2. இப்போ இந்த இடத்துல நான் Ansible நான் all அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துட்டு இந்த ls-l கொடுத்தேன்னா it will make a connection here and it will execute this command ls-al. That is what that here we are seeing. It is connected with the Ansible and it will connected with the manage node 1 and executed this command. And after that, what it did? It connected with this manage node 2 and executed the same command. I executed this Ansible all ls-al command on controller. It will list the list of files present in manage node 1 and manage node 2. Yes? பாத்தீங்கன்னா தெரியுதா? இல்ல எந்த இடத்துல டவுட் உங்களுக்கு?
இல்ல சார், இப்ப புரியுது சார்.
ஓகே
சார், இதுல அந்த மேனேஜ் நோட் 1 மேனேஜ் நோட் 2லாம் இப்ப விபிசி வந்து வேற அவைலபிலிட்டி ஜோன் வேற ரீஜன்ல கூட இருந்தா கூட கனெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
எங்க இருந்தாலும் பண்ணிக்கோ. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இதை அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. எங்க இருந்தாலும் அதான் என்ன சொல்ல, இந்தியாலயும் இருக்கலாம் சர்வர், யூஎஸ்ல இருக்கலாம். அந்த படம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் போட்டு காமிச்சேன்ல.
ஓகே ஓகே.
10 மிஷின் மதுரையில இருக்கு, 10 மிஷின் திருச்சியில இருக்கு, 20 மிஷின் பெங்களூர்ல இருக்குன்னு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வாட் இஸ் இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன்ல காமிச்சோம்ல.
கரெக்ட் கரெக்ட். ஒரே கண்ட்ரோலர் வச்சு எல்லாமே கனெக்ட். Yes. So here what we are doing, okay, so for example Ansible all, so hyphen I am specifying a inventory file. Okay, let I make it as local host. The same machine le nama panda a simple command I will let you know. Okay, Ansible all hyphen inventory the local host. Next here I want to specify the module hyphen module. Okay, I need to give the name of the module. Here there is a module called a debug module which displays, okay, the content that we are passing in the argument. So I am passing a message is equal to hello Sam, Dinesh. Okay, welcome. Quotes, close the quotes. What happened here? இப்போ Ansible all hyphen inventory. I need to, before that what I need to do, okay, so the simplest command இது வந்து Ansible all அப்படிங்கிறது என்னன்னா, here first what is Ansible? Okay, this is the part runs the Ansible executable. When you install Ansible, here this is Ansible exe. Okay, Ansible exe என்ன பண்ணுது, இந்த Ansible exe invoke பண்றோம். எந்த மிஷின்ல ரன் பண்ண சொல்றோம்? All the machines. When we say all means we want to execute Ansible command in all the machines, okay, that are listed on the inventory file. நம்ம கிட்ட இப்ப inventory file எதுவுமே கிடையாது. இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம், ஒரு inventory file வந்து நம்ம create பண்ணுவோம். Okay, let I create a file sudo vi a file by name inventory. Let I create a small file called inventory file for our execution. Okay, inventory file நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், inventory file நம்ம ஒன்னு create பண்ணலாம். அப்படி இல்லை அப்படின்னா இந்த இடத்துல நான் என்ன கொடுத்துருக்கேன், inventory file வந்து local host அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துருக்கேன். முதல்ல இதுல நான் என்ன பண்ணேன், I created a file under etc host. That host file contains the list of IP address. So இதுல அந்த கமாண்ட் என்ன, Ansible அப்படிங்கிறது is the executable. All அப்படிங்கிறது அந்த எந்த host fileல என்னென்ன IP கொடுத்துருக்கோமோ அந்த IPல ஃபுல்லா போய் எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணுன்னு சொல்லலாம். அதுக்கு பதிலாக நான் host file அதுக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன கமாண்ட் கொடுத்தேன், டைரக்டா வந்து Ansible all அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துட்டு நான் inventory file கொடுக்கல. ஆல்ரெடி my inventory file is in எதுல இருக்கு, என்னோட etc hostல I specified. If not அப்படின்னா I can specify a explicit keyword --- inventory. இந்த இடத்துல எந்த மிஷினோ அந்த மிஷினை மட்டும் நான் கொடுத்துக்கலாம். ஓகே, inventory நான் local host அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துருக்கிறேன். And then here I use this module -module -name. இந்த debug அப்படின்னா என்னன்னா, what we have specified here is, here what machines we want to target. Okay, we want to tell Ansible what we want to do on this machine. Okay, my target is my local host. Okay, இது என்னோட இந்த current machineல நான் இது பண்ணனும். What I need to do on that machine, we are using something called a module by name debug module. The debug module, what it will do, it will print what it is specified under the arguments. Okay, in the debug module we have specified a module name and we have specified a argument. So in the argument la --- arguments நம்ம என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கோம், we have specified a message. Okay, we have specified a message. அந்த மெசேஜ் என்ன பண்ணும், அந்த hello sam welcome அப்படிங்கிற மெசேஜை வந்து நம்ம இது பண்ணணும். ஓகே, கோலன் வச்சிருக்கோம், டபுள் கோட்ஸ்ல double quotes. Okay, message equal to, this is the argument. Now it will display a message success on local host. The message hello Sam Dinesh welcome அப்படிங்கறத இது பண்ணி. Yes, here you can give a short name for the module name க்கு பதிலா நீங்க என்ன கொடுத்துக்கலாம், the equivalent command. Okay, நீங்க Ansible நீங்க module name க்கு பதிலா நீங்க m ன்னு கொடுத்துக்கலாம், arguments க்கு பதிலா நான் a ன்னு கொடுத்துக்கலாம். That's all. So the equivalent command to this, Ansible all. So inventory file ke -i stands for inventory. I specify local host. Okay, so நம்ம இந்த மெஷின்ல ரன் பண்றதுக்காக நான் local host னு கொடுத்திருக்கேன். சரிங்களா, நம்ம இதுக்கு முன்னாடி command what we did, we have specified the list of IP address under host. Automatically அந்த host போய் பார்த்துக்கும். இப்போ இந்த மாடல் நேமுக்கு பதிலா I can give a shortcut -m. This is the module. மாடல்னா என்ன, நான் இந்த மாதிரி சிஸ்டம் கமாண்ட்ஸ் எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்றதுக்கு Ansibleல டிஃபால்ட் மாடல்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு சொன்னேன். debug is a module. Okay, what it will do, the module will display something on the screen. So என்ன டிஸ்ப்ளே பண்ணுங்கிறத நான் என்ன கொடுக்கிறேன், I want to specify under arguments. argumentsக்கு பதிலா a ன்னு கொடுத்துக்கலாம். a ன்னு கொடுத்துட்டு what I need to display here, I can here specify here the same Ansible all -i stands for inventory. local host னா அந்த மிஷின்ல ரன் பண்ணுன்னு சொல்றேன். என்ன மாடல் இன்வோக் பண்றேன், debug அப்படிங்கிற மாடல்ல. debug மாடலுக்கு என்ன நான் பாஸ் பண்ணனும், I want to pass a argument. ஆர்குமெண்ட் என்ன, நான் ஒரு மெசேஜ் ஆர்குமெண்ட் பாஸ் பண்றேன். இந்த மெசேஜ் அப்படிங்கிற வேரியபிள்ல என்ன வச்சிருக்கணும் அது டிஸ்ப்ளே ஆகும். ஓகே, ஜஸ்ட் கிளியர். இதேதான் முன்னாடி கமாண்டுக்கு. இப்போ முன்னாடி கமாண்ட்ல என்ன பண்ணோம், Ansible அந்த இடத்துல என்ன கொடுத்துருக்கிறேன், ஆல் அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துருக்கிறேன். இப்போ நான் என்ன கொடுத்தேன், இன்வென்ட்ரி பாஸ் பண்ண தேவையில்லை. ஆர்குமெண்ட் என்ன, எனக்கு வந்து ls-al அப்படிங்கிற கமாண்ட் எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணும். இப்போ ஆல் அப்படின்னு எங்கே பார்க்கும், இன்வென்ட்ரி ஃபைல் டிஃபால்ட் எங்கே இருக்கும், etc அந்த ஹோஸ்ட் ஃபைல் பார்க்கும். ஆல்ரெடி we have specified under etc Ansible host what are all the IP address, automatically it will look into the host file and it will run this following argument ls-al argument. Yes. புரியுதா?
Yes, sir.
உள்ள பெரியஸ்க்கு போகும்போது you have a clear understanding. என்ன பண்ணுது ஓகே
சார் லோக்கல் ஹோஸ்ட்னா வந்து இது வந்து கண்ட்ரோலர் மட்டும் வந்து ரன் பண்ணும், அந்த மேனேஜ் நோட்ல வந்து கனெக்ட் பண்ணாம -a கொடுத்தோம்னா.
இப்போ இந்த இடத்துல ஐ வாண்ட் டு ஸ்பெசிஃபை இன்வென்டரி ஃபைல். நான் உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்காக இந்த ஆர்குமெண்ட் என்னன்னு பாஸ் பண்றதுக்காக போட்டா குழம்புன்னு நினைச்சேன், கரெக்டா குழம்புறீங்க. இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணோம், இந்த கண்ட்ரோலர்ல இந்த எந்த லோக்கல் மிஷின்னா ஒரே ஒரு மிஷின்ல ரன் பண்றதுக்காக நான் இந்த இடத்துல இந்த கமாண்டை கொடுத்துருக்கேன். என்னது லோக்கல் ஹோஸ்ட் அப்படிங்கிறது அந்த மிஷின்ல மட்டும் ரன் பண்றதுக்காக. ஸோ ஒரு புரியறதுக்காக ஐனா என்ன, இன்வென்ட்ரினா என்ன, மாடியூல் நேம்னா என்னன்னு, இதுதான் கமாண்ட். நம்ம ரியல் டைம்ல லோக்கல் ஹோஸ்ட்ல ரன் பண்ண மாட்டோம். இப்போ இந்த இடத்துல இதுலதான் ஆல் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு பதிலாக நான் உள்ள அட்வான்ஸ் கமாண்ட்ஸ் வரும். ஆல்னா அந்த etc Ansible ஹோஸ்ட்ல என்னென்ன ஐபி அட்ரஸ் கொண்ட மிஷின் இருக்கோ அந்த மிஷின்ல எல்லாத்தையும் ரன் ஆகும். ஒவ்வொரு இதுக்கும் ஒரு மாடல் ஸ்பெசிஃபை பண்ணுவோம். இந்த இடத்துல மாடல் எதுவுமே தேவையில்லை, எல்லாத்துக்கும் மாடல் தேவையில்லை. ஜஸ்ட் இட் இஸ் கோயிங் டு டிஸ்பிளே ls-al. அதை நான் ஆர்குமெண்டா கொடுத்துருக்கேன். You forget this.
Okay, sir.
இதை மட்டும் பாருங்க, இதான் கமாண்ட். Ansible is executable. All specifies to which machine that I need to run. This is the command to run. The command want to be specified under arguments. args -a னு கொடுத்துருங்க. Yes. First இதை கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆயிடாது, இதை மட்டும் பாருங்க. இப்போ இதை என்ன பண்ணிருக்கு, connected with this machine and displayed the message success. Connected with the machine and displayed the machine success. Okay, அந்த மிஷினுக்கு கனெக்ட் பண்ணி அந்த மெசேஜை வந்து டிஸ்பிளே பண்ணிடும். இதை நான் எதில் கொடுத்துருக்கணும், ஓகே இதில் போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா Ansible ஆல் அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துட்டு இதை கொடுத்தோன்னே நான் இந்த கன்சர்ன் மிஷினில் போய் இந்த மெசேஜை பப்ளிஷ் பண்ணேன். So just you do this part. Okay, so we have specified how to do installation. We will discuss about things in coming sessions. இதெல்லாம் ஒரு எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ணும்போது you have a clear understanding. Yes.